Well, I don't know about you folks, but I do love me a fish fry, and especially catfish. And how do you make catfish? You can make catfish any day of the week. You don't have to wait for a Friday. Today's Monday, and I'm going to be making fried catfish on Greg the Grilling Guy. So where do we start with catfish? First thing you're going to want to do is soak this in some buttermilk or a buttermilk solution. That's going to help to break down or make the fish a little bit more tender. It'll take some of the smell out, and it will impart some flavor into it if you put some spices into it. Now for me, I don't have buttermilk. I don't use a lot of buttermilk, so I'm not about to go out and buy some. So what I have here is a cup of whole milk. I'm just going to take a tablespoon of lemon juice and dump that in there and let it sit for probably 5 to 10 minutes. And while it sits, it will curdle slightly, but it will basically become a buttermilk substitute. The acidity from the lemon juice will help the fish in the breakdown while it rests in there. So I'm going to take that and set that aside, and I'm going to start slicing this fish. Now you could take this whole piece of catfish and just fry it up as is, but I like catfish nuggets myself. So I'm going to slice this up into slightly thicker nuggets that I'm going to be able to take and put into the milk solution with a bit of the seafood boil, as well as some hot sauce. And I'm going to let that sit for probably 30 to 60 minutes in the fridge, just to allow it to absorb. Once the fish comes out of the fridge after 30 minutes, I'm going to take it, I'm going to roll it in the fish fry seasoning and batter it up, and then move it over into the deep fryer. So let's start by slicing this up. I'll go walk through creating the mixture for it to rest in, and we'll go from there. So as I say, I'm going to cut this into larger chunks because I do like to pick up the larger pieces. I don't want it to be, kind of chicken nugget size. I like bigger pieces. It will fry up. I'll serve it with some tartar sauce. We will be good to go. Once the fish is sliced into the pieces, I like to give it a feel around to see if I can feel any bones. You're always going to find a few bones in there. You don't want to be chewing on those. You don't want your guests to find a bone as they're eating. So just kind of feel around there. See, sometimes you get lucky and you don't have any, but I like to double check myself just to be certain. Now that I have the catfish deboned, I'm going to drop it into this bowl here. You can use a plastic bowl, a metal bowl, whatever you like. It doesn't need to be anything large, just enough to get the fish in there and then allow you to put the milk mixture on top. So as I say, this would be a substitute for buttermilk. Now that I have the catfish in the bowl, I'm going to take some of this seafood boil. You can use any type of seasoning that you like. You don't even need to season it. You can just leave it in the buttermilk solution as is. But I'd like a bit of a kick to mine, so I'm using the Slap Your Mama seafood boil. You can use whatever you like. And I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of that in with the buttermilk. And I'm also going to use a hot sauce. What I've got here is a Scotch bonnet hot sauce. Again, I like a bit of a kick with this. I'm not going to add too much because I don't want to overpower it, especially with the seafood boiling already. But add maybe a teaspoon into the mixture. I'm going to mix that up, and then I'm going to dump it on top of the fish. So we'll give this a little mix. And I can feel the buttermilk actually starting to thicken up, or the milk that I put the lemon solution into. That should be good. Let's take this and dump it in over top of the fish. And then I'm going to kind of mix it in with my hands, make sure it's completely coated. With that cup of milk in there, the fish is completely submerged. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to put that in the fridge. And like I say, leave it for probably 30 to 60 minutes. And at that point, we'll come back, we'll do the seasoning, and we'll get ready to cook. While the fish is chilling in the refrigerator, I'm going to get the deep fryer ready. So what I've got here is my, Hamilton Beach, my old faithful deep fryer. And I've just got some regular peanut oil. You can use fryer oil, whatever oil you like to use in your fryer. I just chose peanut because it's got a higher temperature point, so won't get a lot of smoke. Obviously, I'm doing this in the house, and if the fire alarm goes off, I'm gonna have to deal with my wife, and it's just way easier if I just use the peanut oil. So that's kind of my choice. That's the reason behind it. I'm gonna take this and just dump the whole thing into here, and then we will get the seasoning ready, and we'll get ready to fry this fish up. I'm looking forward to this. While the fish was sitting in the refrigerator, I took the seasoning and put it into a small quart bag, a storage bag, Ziploc. So we're going to take the fish and put this in here. We're going to shake it all around. And I wanted to make sure I wasn't wasting any. I didn't want to dirty another container. So let's take our fish and get the coating put on them here. And do these a few at a time to make sure that they get completely coated. They've been through the shake. I take them out, just knock the excess batter off of there, and I'm going to set them into the fry basket. We'll move over to the fryer momentarily. We got the fish all arranged in the basket, as you can see. Try to keep them separated so they're not touching, at least when they initially go into the oil. They're going to go into the oil for maybe 3 to 5 minutes. It's going to depend on how hot you have your oil and where you're located, how thick the fish is. But I've got the oil at 350 degrees. I'm going to drop this down in here now, and we'll see where this gets us. All right, the fish is coming up now. It's a nice golden brown color to it. Looks like it's going to be crispy. Looks like this is going to be delicious. Now, if you don't have a proper fry basket like this, if you're just doing it in a pot or a pan, then I would take the fish out with some type of metallic scoop or sieve and put it onto a wire cooling rack to allow the oil to drain out. For this, I'm just going to leave it sitting in the basket. The oil will run out back into the fryer, and I will plate this, and let's see how this thing looks when we're done. Okay, so we have this plated now with some French fries, the nuggets. Got some lemon wedges because, hey, put some lemon juice on this thing just makes it money. So let's see how these turns out. They feel nice and crisp. That is excellent. Nice and crispy. The catfish is very light. Great coating on it. I can't wait to eat this. So I'm going to sign off, everybody. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like what you see, think about hitting like and subscribe. It helps the channel out. I will put a link to everything I use in this video down in the description. So if you want to go to Amazon and use those links, again, always helps out. If you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to leave them. I respond to as many comments as I can, and it's always great to hear from you. So until next time, grill it real good.